welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon, and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on all types of topics related to narcissism. So if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. It's a free way you can help me out, and definitely don't forget to leave a comment because I like to read what you have to say. So guys, today's video is going to be a little bit of a story time. I'm going to talk to you about what happened last Friday when my ex sent the police to Joe's house to try to intimidate and cause fear to me. Now, this is kind of ironic that this happened because just last Monday on the Sharon and Joe show, we were speaking about this exact topic, how narcissists can and will use their local police department to harass and further their abuse of you. And this happened to me last Friday, so I'm going to tell you about that now. So I'll set the scene for you. It was early in the morning. It was around 7:20, 7:15, somewhere in that range. The whole house was asleep except for me and Joe's younger son. So I was working on some YouTube things on the couch, and his son was listening to his headset while he was walking around the house, occasionally looking out the window for his friend who was supposed to be picking him up for school. So it was very quiet. All of a sudden, that quiet was interrupted with bang, 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 bang. Now, this is the second time the police have showed up at my house unexpectedly, and both times they are obnoxious at the front door. When I was in New Hampshire, my ex was brought over to a mental hospital, and the police woke me up to tell me that this was about to happen. And it was the dead of the night. My kids and I were sound asleep, and we were awakened by banging, ringing the doorbell and screaming. The police were yelling, police, police. It was horrifying. I don't know why the police do that when a crime isn't being committed, but it is absolutely, I don't know if it's an intimidation. They're trying to let you know that, we're in charge here. I don't know, but it's very intimidating. This time was a little bit different because I wasn't asleep, but I was confused. So I hear this like banging, and the things that go through your mind, when something like this happens, I'm thinking to myself, is that Joe's son's friend at the door? Wow, that's really loud. And then I was like, does a neighbor need help? There's something going on outside. So I'm walking towards the front door to see what was going on, and Joe's son was already there. So he had already opened the door. And I didn't hear, there were two police officers. I didn't hear a word they said other than my ex's name. So I must have been in a little bit of a state of shock because I literally only heard my ex's name. At that exact moment, Joe comes out of the bedroom. Joe and I, our bedroom on the first floor. Joe comes out of the bedroom, and I met him, and I'm like, Joe, they're at this police officer's at the door, and they're saying something about my ex. He's like, all right, don't worry, it's all right, calm down, it's okay. So he goes over to the door. I didn't go to the door, I waited, and I was listening to hear what Joe was saying, and I hear Joe telling the police officers, really? Okay, so the guy who hasn't seen his kids in 2 years and who has just sent a video about a video, that they made for him, and suddenly he's pretending he doesn't know that the kids are okay. Oh, okay. All right, I hear what you're saying. And the police officers are apologizing and saying they just needed to see the kids. That's it. They're going to leave as soon as they see the kids. So Joe comes and he says to me, it's all right, Sharon, really. They just want to see the kids. That's it. They just want to see the kids, and then they're going to leave. So I went to talk to the police officers myself at that point, and they asked me, they said that my ex was concerned because I took the kids out of the state without his permission. So I said to them, I was like, listen, my ex is an abusive person. He's physically and emotionally abusive. I had to leave for my kids and my safety. And they said, okay, we get it. We just want to see the kids and we'll leave. So I had to go upstairs and wake up my kids. Now, this is, when you have to wake up your kids because the police are there to see them, it's just a horrible thing. My daughter, though, now some of you might remember my daughter. She was on the show a while back, and she's actually going to be on the show again, possibly Friday, definitely next week. I had to tell you, she has such a good attitude. She's so funny on certain things. Like I said, so I woke her up and I was like, honey, the police are here. That, your father sent them. They want to see that you're okay. All right, I'll head downstairs. It's funny because I was talking to her about this just last night, and I was like, is that horrible for you when that's had to happen? And she said to me, she's like, Mom, narc kids are just built different. We're used to this type of thing. All right, we know how to talk to police officers. We know how to talk to CPS. We know what to say. We know what to do. We know to expect this. It's part of our life. And I thought to myself, and she was saying it just humorously, and it was funny, because one thing that's helped my family tremendously is having a good sense of humor. Some of you may know my ex, who is literally 3 times my size, he tried to get me arrested by telling the police that I lifted him with one arm, because I was talking to the police with one hand, so I had to have one hand with the phone. With my other hand, I lifted him up. I'm crashing his head into the wall over and over, and I wasn't even out of breath during this. So we talk about this, we laugh. I even say it to Joe. I'd be like, Joe, you better watch out. You better not upset me. I can just pick you up and smash you into that wall. It's funny to us. Humor has helped tremendously, and I highly recommend it. I understand that sometimes just the abuse is overwhelming, and it's just not a time that you're going to laugh. I don't laugh about this as much with my son. He takes it a little more seriously. But if you can find humor in it, oh my gosh, does it make such a difference. So my daughter went downstairs to show herself to the police, and then I woke my son up, and I said the same thing to him. I was like, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I need you to come downstairs right now, because the police are at the door. They want to see that your father wants to see that you're here. Okay, so he goes downstairs, and the 2 of them are standing there like half asleep in front of the police officers. Yep, my name is blah, blah, blah. I'm here, I'm safe. Yep, my name is blah, blah, blah. I'm here, I'm safe. All right, thanks, guys. Nice to meet you. Come on, nice to meet you. And then, so the kids went back upstairs. And it was funny, because at that point, Joe said to the police officers, so can I give a message to this person? And one of the police officers said to him, well, it depends what the message is. And he's like, all right, you can go tell him to F himself. And I have to tell you, when he said that and the police officer kind of chuckled and Joe was chuckling, it made me feel so much better. Being here with Joe is incredible. And it's not just that I'm with Joe. That's a large part of it for me, because we're in a relationship. But being away from the situation, getting away, hey guys, if that's you have no idea until you're away how much better you're going to feel when you're out of the entanglement. When you are still with the narcissist, you're living in this absolute agony. When I said to Joe yesterday, I'm talking to him, and I was like, God, Joe, I cannot even believe how much better I feel just being here. When I was in New Hampshire, I slept with a loaded gun next to my bed every single night. My kids and I were in constant fear. It was horrible. We would lock the door if we walked down to check the mail at the mailbox. You guys, a lot of you know I have these backyard chickens. When I would walk, I felt very, very vulnerable. Actually, Joe was the one who told me. He's like, you got to take a gun when you go to check those chickens, because I had 4 acres of woods behind me. I felt very vulnerable walking there, because my ex could be hiding back there. This is the fear you live in when you are with an abuser. You don't know what they're capable of. They're not okay. And then you are like, you cannot be okay either, because you're constantly on guard. I would see my kids, both of them had PTSD. I would see them. Whenever somebody would drive by the house, they would look suspiciously at that car. It was no way for us to live. So we had to escape. And now I said to Joe, oh my gosh, I feel safe. I don't sleep with a loaded gun next to my bed anymore. I'm not afraid all the time. My daughter loves to take walks. She can go out for walks, and she's not afraid that her father's going to be driving down the street. Being free. And this is really, I started this channel when what I do at this channel at this point is I'm kind of documenting things that have happened. I'm trying to inspire other people to get out as well. When I started this channel, I was in the middle of it. I didn't know what I was going to do. I hadn't even been separated for a year at the point when I started this channel. I just felt this, I don't even know why. I just felt this need, this drive to talk about it, and the channel has kind of morphed, and here I am, and I got out, and I just the other day sent divorce. My lawyer just yesterday got all the signed papers where I'm initiating the divorce. I'm doing this, you guys, and it's so much better. It was scary to leave, and it was scary to plan it and try to save money. I know so many of you are going through that as well. But I want to tell you, for anybody who's wondering, oh, I don't know, at least I have a home here, at least I have this, there is no price that you can put on freedom. None. It is incredible to feel free. Now, a narcissist isn't going to let you go easily, but I'm at the point now where my ex, where, I don't care. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he does. He gave me a gift the other day when he sent this police officers to the house, because I know he's thinking to himself, she's probably freaking out thinking that I know where she is, because that was the message to him. To me, he didn't care about the kids. He knows they were fine. He never asked about them once when I lived in New Hampshire for 2 years without them. He's playing games with me. I'm aware he's playing games with me, and I'm going to fight back. I'm not going to let him win. I'm living my life. He took 20 years of my life, but the gift he gave me was that I know he can't do anything. He's been trying to arrest me for 2 months for kidnapping. If he could have had me arrested, he would have. And the police were at my door. If they could have taken me, they would have taken me. So I have a level of freedom. I know I'm okay. My kids are okay. Everything's going to be okay. But a narcissist will do anything possible, even getting you arrested. And I have to tell you, if I was actually arrested, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wouldn't have been upset, but I was fully prepared for that. When my ex started telling me that he was going to have me arrested, this was 2 months ago, I was prepared for that and willing to do it. There's nothing I wouldn't do to help protect my children from this narcissist and this horrible abuse. When I was talking to my daughter last night, it was funny. Oh, narc kids are built different. We're just a different breed of person. That's the truth, but it's also very sad, and it shouldn't be that way. And the similar thing happened. I was talking to Joe's son, his younger son, because he was the one that opened the door, and I saw his face. He was so confused. He's 17, he's a young man, but still. So I said to him later, I was like, God, I'm really sorry that happened to you, that, you opened the door and the police were there. I'm like, that must have been really intimidating. And he said to me, it's all right, don't worry about it. It's happened before. This is what these kids deal with. This is part of their life, and it's not right. It's up to us to make things better for them. And we can't take away the other parent, but we can be damn sure that we're going to do everything that we have to do to give them the life that they deserve. That's what I'm trying to do, and Joe and I both have guilt because our kids lived this way for a long time before we took a stand. And that's how it is with narcissism. Because when you know, but there's this period of years where you don't even know what the heck's going on when you're so messed up from the abuse too. That's part of what narcissism is. They abuse you and you don't know you're being abused. But once you know, you can gain strength and change your life. So yeah, my ex he did send the police over to try to intimidate me, but it backfired on him because he can't do anything. If you are the parent, you have the right to take care of your child the way that you see fit. A narcissist does not take care of their kids. They don't care about their kids. They care about hating you. So I hope you enjoyed my little story about my narcissist trying to get me arrested and enjoying that. So I will be back on Friday, probably with my daughter. If we can get the video in between now and then, I'm going to do an interview with her about what it's been like for her these last 2 months. So we'll have a real live narc kid on Friday, probably, if not on Monday. So if you have any questions for her, put them in the comments, and I will ask them to her. All right. So I guess that's it. I will talk to you guys on Wednesday, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess that's it. Bye, guys.